Hey, I'm Alli Mauzey. You're watching the Broadway.com show.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly guide to everything happening on the Great White Way, or as we like to think of it, Where's Waldo? Daring Chris edition. Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Kathy?
3 Starry Broadway productions posted premature closing notices this week. The John Grisham-inspired courtroom drama A Time to Kill will end its run on November 17th. The fanciful tuner Big Fish is set to close on December 29th, and the funny musical First Date gives its final performance on January 5th. Grab tickets while you can to see Sebastian Arcelus, Norbert Leo Butz, Zachary Levi, and more before the fall season gets its annual shakeup.
Ready for some inconceivable news? Disney is developing The Princess Bride, that hilarious postmodern swashbuckling romantic fairy tale, for the stage. We don't know who is writing or directing the show, which will be based on the 1987 film, and we have no idea who will play the parts immortalized on screen by Robin Wright, Cary Elwes, Mandy Patinkin, and more. In fact, we don't even know if it will be a musical or straight play. But guess what? We don't care. We're just excited that this story of wuv, twoo wuv, is coming to the stage.
Les Miserables has found its lovebirds. Broadway newbie Charlotte Maltby and Smash survivor Andy Mientus will fall in love 8 times a week as Cosette and Marius in next year's Gotta Save revival. Now that they've landed the parts, we've just got to get these two together. In an exclusive Broadway.com Google Plus hangout, Charlotte signed in from college, where she's a junior at University of Michigan, and Andy said hello from Hollywood, where he's filming the sitcom Anger Management. Good luck on finals, Charlotte, and say hi to Charlie Sheen, Andy, but get back to NYC soon. Do you hear the people sing? The revolution needs you.
Thank heaven! Heidi Thomas's reimagined new production of Alan J. Lerner and Frederick Lowe's Gigi is set to play a pre-Broadway engagement at Washington, D.C.'s Kennedy Center in January 2015. Gigi tells the story of a free-spirited teenage girl living in turn of the 20th century Paris who falls in love with a wealthy playboy. The 1958 movie garnered 9 Oscars, and the tuner's iconic songs include I Remember It Well and The Night They Invented Champagne. I'm certainly breaking out the bubbles for this one.
The Jersey Boys movie is working its way to you. Director Clint Eastwood's film version of the hit Broadway musical, starring original Tony winner John Lloyd Young as Frankie Valli, will officially arrive in theaters in June 2014. Meanwhile, The Boys, back at August Wilson Theater, recently celebrated their 8th anniversary on the main stem. These rock and rollers are definitely having their cake and eating it too.
Hey, I'm Kyle Riabko, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
Thumbs up to the Guys and Dolls headlining the classic musical at Carnegie Hall next April. 2-time Tony winner Nathan Lane is set to reprise his 1992 Broadway revival role of Nathan Detroit, while Megan Mullally will take back her mink as his fed-up girlfriend Miss Adelaide. Luck will no doubt be a lady for Tony nominee Patrick Wilson as Sky Masterson, whose Sarah Brown will be played by Broadway.com Audience Choice Award winner Sierra Bogues. Directed by Jack O'Brien, we know the one-night-only concert will be rocking our boat. Thumbs down to all you internet haters out there who are bashing Carrie Underwood in the Sound of Music telecast a month before the damn thing even premieres. If you can't possibly stomach the idea of seeing the American Idol winner singing Do Re Mi, can't you at least appreciate the sure-to-be stellar performances of Tony winners Audra McDonald, Christian Borle, and Lauren Benanti? We know this is a theater website, but geez guys, stop being so dramatic.
Legendary comedian Joan Rivers recently had a hot date with Orlando Bloom when she saw him strut his heartthrob stuff in Romeo and Juliet and claimed to be the original Juliet. Bloom shared an intimate moment with Rivers backstage after the show, but his on-stage Juliet, Condola Rashad, caught the two lovebirds canoodling. Luckily, Broadway.com photographer Bruce Glickus captured all the fun. Joan, 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 always causing hilarious mischief.
This week, I went to City Center to chat with Bernadette Peters, Jeremy Jordan, Norm Lewis, and the stars of the Stephen Sondheim and Wynton Marsalis mashup, A Bed and a Chair, A New York Love Affair at Encores. These guys are tried and true New Yorkers, so I had to find out what their first ever apartments in the city were like. And from the creepy bugs to too many roommates, these stars didn't always live on Easy Street. Check it out.
There was a tiny, tiny literally when I say one bedroom, it was a studio, but it had a wall. And I got to sleep in the front on the futon.
It was on the east side, and I think there was a hooker in the building. I'm not sure, but lady of the evening.
It was about 500 square feet. It was literally in the shape of a box. So like you walked in and the living room was part of the box, and then the 2 bedrooms were like made like a rectangle, and then the kitchen finished the box.
I was living with 5 guys in a 3-bedroom apartment. So 2 of them were living in the living room, 2 of them in another room, and then one had his own room and I had my own room. And it was a drummer, a guitar player, a trumpet player, and 2 saxophone players. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty crowded.
My first apartment in New York City was kind of grand, really. I was doing Sweeney Todd here on Broadway, and they accommodated me on 57th Street between 8th and 9th in a very nice apartment. I couldn't afford to be there now, but it was very, very nice.
This week, Alanis Morissette announced she's developing a musical based on her hugely popular 1995 album, Jagged Little Pill. So we got to thinking, what other iconic albums would make great musicals? Here's what we came up with. At number 5, Joni Mitchell's raw 1971 album, Blue. Oh, we could drink a case of Blue, Joni, and we'd still be on our feet. Our number 4 choice is Prince's 1999. We're gonna dance to Little Red Corvette and Delirious, and then we're gonna party like it's 1999. At number 3 is David Bowie's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Isn't it time for a musical about a rockin' Martian messiah who twangs on a guitar? We think so too. Coming in at number 2 is Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen's masterpiece from 1975. It features a dark look back at Bruce's Jersey upbringing and 8 hard rocking songs. In the top choice, Adele's 2011 album 21. Rumor has it that 21 the musical would be rolling in the deep with audiences, setting fire to all the raining cash, and would make Someone Like You obsessed all over again.
Hey, I'm Euan Morton, and you're watching the Broadway.com show. Enjoy it.
It's time to Smackdown. Last week we wanted to know which hot and hilarious woman you'd back in a Modern Family catfight, Sofia Vergara or guest star Jane Krakowski. The results are in, and Vergara came out on top with 75% of the vote. Sorry, Jane. This week we're turning our attention to 2 Serves with Love, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. The pals and X-Men co-stars are taking Broadway by storm with their Pinter and Beckett double bill of No Man's Land and Waiting for Godot, and it made us wonder which great actor you're more excited to see, Sir Ian or Sir Patrick. Tweet your vote to Broadway.com with the hashtag #BWaySmackdown and tune in next week for the winner.
Our star of the week can shift with ease from a 60s sex farce to a gritty drama to classic Shakespearean leading men and women. Already the winner of 2 Tony Awards, Mark Rylance is currently giving a riveting masterclass in acting as the evil king in Richard III and Olivia in Twelfth Night. The plays open at Broadway's Belasco Theater on November 10th, which adds up to 6 hours on stage, plus an extra hour putting on period costumes in full view of the audience. Kudos to you, Mr. Rylance, for your sustained brilliance and inspiring love of the theater.
Thanks for watching the Broadway.com show. We're so excited to see Nathan Lane step back into the shoes of Nathan Detroit in Guys and Dolls that we had to share this amazing clip of him performing Sue Me with Annie's Faith Prince on The Tonight Show back in 1992. Talk about musical comedy heaven. See you next week.
So sue me, what can you do me? I'm loved. And again, you're running the game. I'm not gonna play second fiddle to